Hey, Bears fans! We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Chicago Bears. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. That way, you'll always stay up to date with breaking news and exclusive content. There's a wild buzz echoing through the NFL community, and it's one of those jaw-dropping rumors that just might shake the very core of the NFC North. The Chicago Bears, yes, those Chicago Bears, may have just pulled off one of the most quietly explosive moves of the offseason. Word around the league is that Aaron Jones, the longtime Green Bay Packers running back and a nightmare for defenders across the NFC, has signed with none other than his former division rival. That's right, Jones is rumored to have inked a deal with the Bears, and if true, this move could transform the entire complexion of Chicago's offense. It's the kind of acquisition that doesn't just add talent, it adds fuel, intensity, and identity. The Bears haven't had a consistent, electric threat out of the backfield in years. And with Jones potentially joining the fold, Chicago might be on the verge of having one of the most potent ground games in the league. But what's most intriguing isn't just the player, it's what this move means. What does it signal about Chicago's ambitions? Is this the Bears planting a flag and saying they're done being pushovers? There's something brewing in the Windy City for those who followed Aaron Jones' career closely. The idea of him suiting up in a Bears jersey is almost surreal. He's been synonymous with the Packers' offensive identity for the better part of the last half-decade. Shifty, smart, and deceptively powerful, Jones was never just another back, he was the engine that made Green Bay's offense hum. When Rodgers wasn't working his magic, the very thought of him crossing over to one of the Pack's most bitter rivals has fans on both sides of the divide scratching their heads and picking their jaws off the floor. Why would Jones make this move? Was it about money, opportunity, or something deeper, maybe a desire to prove something? The rumor mill suggests that Jones had a falling out with Packers management, and with a new regime settling into Green Bay, the fit just wasn't the same anymore. Meanwhile, Chicago saw an opening, and credit to their front office if this deal is confirmed. They moved fast, quiet, and efficiently. For a franchise that's often been criticized for being reactive rather than proactive, this could be a defining moment of a new era. Let's talk about fit, because if Aaron Jones really is heading to the Bears, the football implications are massive. Chicago has been building a team that seems to be teetering on the edge of something special. Their young quarterback, whoever ends up starting, could benefit enormously from a proven back who can do it all: run inside, break to the edge, catch out of the backfield, and block when needed. Jones isn't just a one-trick pony. His versatility alone could completely change the way defenses game plan against Chicago. And don't forget, he's still only 30 for a running back. That's on the mature side. Sure, but Jones has never been the kind of back who takes a lot of punishing hits. His vision and agility have always helped him avoid contact, and he's had relatively few injuries compared to other top-tier backs. That means there's a solid chance the Bears are getting a player who still has a couple of prime years left. And if you're Chicago, starved for offensive consistency and identity for years, this is more than just a nice signing. It could be the birth of a brand new offensive strategy centered around ground dominance, of course. No move happens in a vacuum, and this rumored signing is causing serious ripple effects across the league. Just think about what it means for the Packers. Losing Jones to a division rival, that's a gut punch, no matter how you spin it. For years, he's been a fan favorite in Green Bay, a player who embodied their ethos and work ethic. Now, potentially watching him suit up in blue and orange and run right through their defense twice a year, that's personal. There's no way the Packers fanbase swallows this news easily, and the front office will have to answer for it, especially if Jones balls out in Chicago. It's also worth noting how the rest of the NFC North is reacting. The Vikings and Lions, both with playoff aspiration, now have to adjust their defensive game plans. Jones changes the math. He's the kind of back who forces safeties into the box, opens up play-action opportunities, and punishes teams that cheat on the run. If you're a defensive coordinator in the NFC North, this is the kind of news that ruins your morning coffee and forces an early trip back to the drawing board. But let's dive deeper into Chicago's motivations here. This isn't just about adding talent, it's about setting a tone. The Bears have been rebuilding their roster over the last couple seasons, making a series of moves that suggest they're tired of being in the basement. Drafting high, rotating quarterbacks, developing a young defense, it all pointed to a franchise that was retooling. But the addition of Aaron Jones, if true, might be the clearest indication yet that the Bears believe they're ready to win. Not just be competitive, not just make incremental progress, but win, and not in 3 years now. Because you don't go get a veteran back of Jones' caliber unless you think you're close. Unless you think the offense just needs one more spark, one more consistent weapon to become something dangerous. That's what makes this rumor deal so compelling. It's not just a football move, it's a philosophical statement. It's the Bears saying, enough waiting, it's bold, it's risky, but maybe, just maybe, it's exactly what this team needs. Aaron Jones also brings leadership, something that can't be understated for a team as young and evolving as the Bears. He's not a flashy diva or a locker room distraction. Quite the opposite. He's a pro's pro. Teammates rave about his work ethic, his preparation, and his willingness to put the team first. That kind of presence in the locker room can do wonders for a young quarterback and a developing offensive line. Imagine the kind of influence he can have on younger backs or even on the offensive identity as a whole. If the rumor is true and Jones is indeed Chicago-bound, Bears fans might be getting more than just a dynamic runner. They might be getting the emotional backbone of their offense. And don't overlook how personal this could be for Jones himself. Leaving Green Bay, a team where he made his name, to go to a rival, there has to be a chip on his shoulder. There has to be part of him that wants to prove he still has it, and that the Packers made a mistake letting him walk. If that's the case, the Bears just inherited a motivated, seasoned, and supremely talented veteran ready to turn that chip into fuel. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy, drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. It also raises the question of scheme fit. Luke Getsy, the Bears' offensive coordinator, is someone who knows Jones well. Getsy spent years in Green Bay, working closely with the Packers' offense before joining Chicago. He knows how to use Jones. He understands what makes him tick, where he thrives, and how to design plays that maximize his skill set. That familiarity can't be underestimated. In fact, some insiders are whispering that Getsy might have played a major role in pushing for this signing. If anyone knows what Aaron Jones can bring to the table, it's him. And that means we might see a Bears offense that finally has an identity, a physical, balanced, and smart unit that wears defenses down, keeps drives alive, and plays mistake-free football. Add in a young quarterback who can use play action to open up the field, and suddenly the Bears don't just look like a team with potential, they look like a team with a plan. That's a rare thing in Chicago these days, and it might just signal the dawn of something real. And let's not forget the symbolic weight of this move. For decades, the Packers have owned the Bears on the field, in the standings, and in national relevance. If Aaron Jones really switches sides, it's a crack in that dominance. It's a reversal of roles. It's a sign that maybe, just maybe, the tide is beginning to turn. Chicago poaching one of Green Bay's most beloved and productive players. That's unheard of. That's the kind of move that gets fans talking, that stirs emotions, that reignites one of the most storied rivalries in sports. Because rivalries need moments, they need flashpoints. And this could be one of those rare moments that defines the next chapter of Bears-Packers. Imagine the first game next season at Soldier Field, with Jones in a Bears uniform, lining up in the backfield as fans roar and Packers fans watch in stunned disbelief. It's the stuff of highlight reels, of documentaries, of legend. It's not just a transaction, it's theater, it's war. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.